tis the memes.
Prepare for battle.
Egg Peppa. So I don't like really care if like I'm chilling, I'm vibing, I'm chilling. You're mad trash. Oh god, I've been on a controller all day on Monster Hunter. What is mouse and keyboard?
We will crush them.
I promise nothing.
I'm here to support you, but you have to put in the work.
Lifeweaver? I play Lifeweaver, the fuck?
I've never been more ready for adventure.
Thank you.
You were doing amazing last round. Oh, that was so nice of them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective. Soldier en route. Over here.
They have a right up there. Saved our Hanzo's life from the whole spawn. I saw you change shatter. I put a tree up because I expected to hit it, but I saw you bubble it. Huge, huge. The grab dragon's a classic. Listen, if we did, I'll hit you. Mine's the next closest. If you tactically feed. meant to reload there.
It's go time.
I like this Mei a lot.
Bring me energy. Физкульт, привет. Score 1-0.
Was the Mei the Hanzo? Where's the Sojourn the Hanzo?
Does everyone know the plan?
I think the Mei was the Hanzo.
Make sure you're ready. Who knows what we'll find.
You're making infinite space for us. It's beautiful.
Greetings. Done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's kind of sad that our Sojourn is just kind of not getting very many hits with the infinite space.
The situation is proceeding.
To be fair, those Lola joins and then like I end up having to go DPS for some reason or something. Like that would be me on Sojourn, so I can't even complain. Yeah, dude, our other DPS is better one. The play with the I didn't play like to help our Tracer out. Like, unfortunately, our other dude's kind of just like. I think we just need to kind of accept that he's not going to do a whole lot. Got her. Got her. Why would you shatter there?
Привет.
Imagine having good cooldown management. What a concept. We are in Diamond mode, to be fair. Sojourn's trying her hardest, bro. No, it me. Dude, he didn't mean to shatter you. Shattered me. Like, he wasn't even looking at you, bro.
I'm back. Time to crush. Disrupting.
I don't want to pull for a minute. Soldier was chasing our Mercy.
Go around.
God. Spamming me. Mercy and I are out there to help you. I'm so screwed over here. I'm so screwed.
Team kill.
Great minds think alike.
Yes. Hide.
It's my bubble. Damn it. Our Sojourn was in the way, so I couldn't grab you. I can touch, it's not pretty though.
Give them hell.
But what a life weaver!
Round 2 lost. Score 1-1.
Hey, I was getting good value out of my pulls. I canceled pulse bomb 3 times technically. I mean, one of the times we were overlapping,
I
but
had a lot of fun in grad school. Maybe too much.
the only person who shoots me on my pedal is the soldier.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
I mean, true, but I also just like playing this character. You're just grumpy and complain if I don't go Kiri. There's got somebody up here. Yeah, I really like our Mei a lot.